Hour ago at the West Loop, 40 West, again near Jefferson Street, near that 65 split. As of right now, all is well. Those first responders, their job never stops. They were quick to get things taken care of out here. That's the only crash that I had on the map. That has since been cleared. So as of right now, all is smooth around town. Of course, if you have been tuning in the past couple weeks, you know it has been very light on our roads, very easy. Not expecting to see that this morning. You know, a lot of people waking up, getting back into the routine, back into the grind. Here's a look closer down to Murfreesboro, 24 west of Almaville Road. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on these drive times here from the southeast side of town because we know how quickly, Jennifer, those can pick up in the morning. Over on the West Loop, looks like TDOT had switched their camera out, so was able to spot what's left of this. This is 40 West, again, by the West Loop near Jefferson Street. We've got two cars on the left shoulder, still responders here. That westbound traffic is moving past that in the right few lanes there. So just a heads up, if you are headed that way, again, towards the West Loop, heading west, hopefully can get a wrecker out here soon before the sun comes up and all that morning traffic comes out. But as of right now, drive times around town are nice and clear. The traffic report brought to you by Ground Up Foundation Repair. We'll be right back with more news and weather. The public domain entries that we've had in the past come to light, which, you know, you've got Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse on there. So many big faces that we see just everywhere nowadays. Here's a look for our TDOT SmartWay camera. If you are down in Williamson County, closer to the Cool Springs area, good morning to you. 65 north of Highway 96. Looking at these drive times, if you are coming in from Williamson County into the downtown area, only 15 minutes for you right now. Wilson County line and 40 from TDOT SmartWay, dark and early over here on this side of town. Traffic really kind of looks the same as we're starting to see more people get back into that routine today. Expecting this to be another busy spot this morning, but wanted to show you a couple of those drive times before you head out from this side of town. 25 minutes in from Lebanon on 40 and a couple others, all nice and clear. The traffic report is brought to you by the law offices of John Day. We'll be right back. Time 5:36 on this first Monday of the year. We do still have a crash on the map. West Loop, 40 West at the 65 split, something that first responders are out there working very quickly to fix and get off the road just because they know today is going to be a busy one with so many people getting back into the flow of things. But thankfully, other than that, have not seen really much anything else on the roads this morning. Of course, that traffic starting to pick up just a little bit. Here's a look, 24 near Old Hickory Boulevard this morning. Inbound lanes, they're flowing really nice and smooth. It's chilly out there to start, but dry roads, visibility is okay, having no issues actually getting anywhere right now, depending on where you're coming from. All the way from Antioch, 10 minutes to 28 minutes in from Murfreesboro. No issues there on a 24. Here's a look over. Know exactly what you're going to spend on a cup of coffee. I myself have switched over to doing iced coffees at home. You buy the big jug from the grocery store, just make it. But if I ever want something hot, usually go out for something, but still try to keep that price small because sometimes with all those additions, you can get a really, really steep price for just a small cup of coffee. Stop or go traffic signals, though. Some of you may be brewing that coffee right now at home. All in the green, really nice out there. Not seeing too many issues on our interstates, except we do have a disabled car, 40 West, right near the airport near Donaldson Pike. It's in the left shoulder. Thankfully, TDOT is aware of it. You can see they've got the camera zoomed in here, so hopefully going to be getting them some help. Hopefully, it's just maybe a maintenance issue that is slowing them down this morning. Traffic is moving beside them, no issues. But again, 40 West, if you are headed in from Donaldson, Hermitage area, might pass this on the way in. But other than that, those roads out there have been nice and clear. A little chilly out there to start, but hey, we'll take it for the first Monday of the new year. The traffic report is brought to you by Ashley's. But guys, it sounds like it's going to be warming up a little bit later. They say that they're trying to just poke some fun at all those losers of the fantasy league this year. But a lot of other people are going to take part and enjoy some fresh warm pancakes. Looking at our crash map this morning over in Antioch, do have an injury crash reported in Antioch Pike and Piccadilly Road. That's going to be right off of Murfreesboro Pike. Other than that, roads are nice and clear. Nothing major going on our interstates heading into the 6 o'clock hour. Sky 5, though, is up. I'm not sure if this is a disabled car, someone that maybe got into a fender bender, but looks like we just have one person pulled over here in the right shoulder. That traffic, you can see plenty of room to move past that. Big question is how is this going to impact our drive time as well. As of right now, not seeing anything, as you can see, all on the green, but we know that one small incident can really slow things down. So I'll be keeping an eye on this for you on this Monday morning. The traffic report is brought to you by Ashley. Guys. Both so much. We'll stop so go on 24 this morning is backed up a bit from Murfreesboro, Antioch. You can see right there in the yellow. That's because of a crash that I'm watching thanks to Sky. 8 minutes this morning if you are coming in from Smyrna. Just a little bit longer if you are taking Murfreesboro Pike. Unfortunately, that's not the only interstate crash that I have going on right now in the 6 o'clock hour. 65 south at Trinity Lane. Looks like we've got the fire department here pulling up on scene in the left shoulder. We've got a big response here. Going to be working to get more details, but we know that this is an injury crash against 65 South at Trinity Lane. The traffic report is brought to you by My Tennessee Home Solution. Jennifer. Oh my goodness, so many people, they're like, oh my gosh, we're in the clear, it's January, it's going to be 60s, but no, here in Tennessee, like to switch things up, end of the month, beginning of February, it can be a little bit dicey out there. Sky 5 is making their way from the southeast side of town to the north, where we've got an injury crash reported 65 to 24 junction near Trinity Lane in our inbound lanes this morning. We've got a fire out here, police, the cars in the left shoulder, impacting the drive times from Madison, 19 minutes all the way to 42 minutes in from White House this morning. So just a heads up for my drivers. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of people getting back to the grind this morning, getting back to work. We knew that this congestion was going to pick up today after the holiday break that we've had for the past few weeks. I'll keep an eye on these drive times, let you know once Sky 5 gets there. Some more details. I'll send it back over to you, Jennifer.
All right, thanks, Amelia.
We've got 65 if you are coming southbound from the north of the mid-state in the yellow. That's just because we've had a crash just past the 65-24 junction. It's really made its way into the 65-24 split right here at Trinity Lane. Sky 5 is above. We've got one car getting loaded onto a wrecker. This has moved into the median, so that traffic is flowing through that, having no issues. But unfortunately, it has impacted some of those drive times for our northbound drivers. So from Hendersonville this morning, a couple minutes of a difference if you are taking Vietnam Vets to the interstate this morning, but if you want to save some time, you can always take Gallatin Pike to Ellington Parkway. But as you just saw, that wrecker was out there, so hopefully that should bring those down just a bit. Unfortunately, it wasn't my only situation that I had up in the north side of town. We had a disabled car, Briley Parkway in the eastbound lanes at Brick Church Pike. That has since cleared. All these first responders, they are working so quickly out there this morning, getting drivers the help that they need as they get back into the workflow week this first Monday of the year. Traffic is moving smoothly up in this area. The traffic report is brought to you by Tennessee Home Buyers. Nick. Here, it was marked as an injury crash, downgraded from that. Looked like no injuries involved, but we are still here on scene with first responders as that traffic is moving slowly beside it. So what's that doing to our drive times this morning? Well, if you are coming in from Smyrna, impacting you just a little bit this morning. On 24, you're looking at a 43-minute drive-in. If you want to save a few minutes, Murfreesboro Pike is the best option, 35 minutes there. Of course, with that about to wrap up, shouldn't have any issues here if you're about to grab those keys and walk out the door at 7. That crash I mentioned, 65 in the north side of town at Trinity Lane, that has since cleared. Now we just have some congestion left over. The traffic report is brought to you by Twice Daily. But guys, a lot of people may have been grabbing that big coat. They're not going to need it, though, for the drive home. Burrow and his wife will appear before a federal judge in New York following their capture on Saturday by U.S. military forces.
Now, those arrests prompted demonstrations across the country. Centennial
continues to break records when it comes to tourism, but are you surprised?
No, of course not. Just look in the Gulch and on Broadway. Yeah, the folks at the National Convention and Visitors Corporation say it is welcome news that helps the city continue to grow and to thrive. Tony Sloan